Tech Lexus hitting you with the head crush. And you'll be quite surprised at this little random production that I came up with. I want to give a special shout out to NYC Playboy, who has believed in, what I was working on with my former partner Nelson and Anomaly along the way, and I owe it to him to keep trying because he invested in us, and I'm not just going to, you know, quit. But I do have a channel update, so let me run this intro by you. Shout out to Panzoid for helping me create my own 3D logo for the new gaming order. All right, as you can see, the Huggernaut is over here. And guess what? You get to see my face. You want to see my face? No, you know what? It's been a minute. It's been a minute. Um, there's a couple notes. Life has definitely taken me off the beaten path. Me being an IT tech and getting my career spun up in the last couple of years. If it wasn't for my brother Shinwar, I wouldn't have this opportunity. So I've been focusing a lot on that. Some folks have been asking like, "Where's Gaming Order been?" or "Alex Lexus, did you quit?" or whatever. Um, I'm in my late 30s. So life priorities, a lot of things like I just had to focus. But also too, with the shifting landscape of what happened with staff dispersing and stuff, like I had to really stop and go back to the drawing board where I look at some of our old videos and I'm trying to get that fire back because I'm looking at some of the old stuff for the Mugen content, and that was like pure passion. Didn't care about money or nothing or whatever, and it was just more pure back then. But uh, it just a lot of things have just been changing. Landscape changes. I you know I was telling myself this year I wanted to reignite the show, and you know a break was supposed to be like 6 months, and then it's been a year, and so on and so forth. But my mind is still wanting to do this. Um, Now I gotta figure out because I do have another venture that's been very fruitful to me. Doing cosplay now, doing a motorcycle vlog and what have you. And I mean a lot of changes. Like I was engaged and that didn't work out, and a lot of stuff I was dealing with mild depression, and me as a soldier, that kind of stuff can tip people in a bad direction. So I had to make sure I took care of me. As far as that, the rest is concerned, um, you know, all has been well. It's just I don't know. I'm seeing some stuff that's getting me antsy to come back to active production. But like I was saying earlier, I owe this to NYC Playboy because he believes all of this equipment, and I'm pretty sure this went over most of you guys' head, but there was the final pieces of funding that we had for New Game and Order. I made sure that I invested in some equipment that I'm only now using. Right here, all green screen. Got that whole setup. I'm probably gonna get more lights from my job. I have like some assets to really push it. So those of you who saw some of my news publication from Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, where I was walking in the green screen and all that fun stuff, I've learned a lot more at the job that I currently sit in, and I want to kind of bring that back into like what I've learned and bring it back into what I do, which is my passion with gaming and news and debates and what have you. But I will say, life will give you gut shots and beat you and put you on your knee if you let it, like Rocky was saying in Rocky Balboa, aka Rocky Six. Um, Just a lot of setbacks, different things. But I will say that uh, don't be surprised if somebody decides to bring the Super Saiyan level back and bring the Juggernaut back. And I see Shinwar over here sending me invites to play Halo, but I will join him shortly. But I just wanted to, get a couple of things, channel updates. Without, rambling, I did want to touch on Coppa and how that I know for a fact New Gaming Order, the channel as it exists now, will be affected because I'm not gonna rehash that. I'll probably wait and see if I can get a couple of guys together to debate this. Probably Janae from Tough Nord Toys, Shinwar from Geeking Out, and Thumb Thrasher Gaming, Nuke, because from how I'm seeing how Coppa went into play and all that, that's YouTube's fault. That's YouTube's fault. Getting the data from kids and being able to sell it and all that, like that was a bad move. That was a bad move. That actually kind of hurt the platform. They got the fines and everything. You guys already know, and I think that kind of had to bring me out of hibernation because even before the Coppa started making the waves in the news, my concern was the New Gaming Order content. Like this happened to Maximilian too. Like old content, on this channel, all of a sudden people are hitting them with like copyright strikes, new copyright owners owning music. Like for instance, I'm gonna say it on record. Like I remember I did a video for Street Fighter 4, right? The copyright holders, I guess, for the background music. I think it was the Drive-In Diner Rufus' stage, right? I saw copyright whatever on the video, so I remember I sent an email out to I guess someone at Capcom, and whether it was Event House, I can't remember exactly when it's so long ago, but it wasn't Capcom, but that algorithm or the bot or whatever went ahead and put that in on Capcom's behalf, and they're like, we're not putting it. It's YouTube, you know, and they're trying to automate everything, and I'm like, they gotta figure that out, man. Like, and I remember anytime I did Friday Night Fights, I'm putting a video up, and then like the next day, oh yeah, you have copyrighted content, blah blah blah. I'm like, I'm just playing the game. I'm just playing the game, putting and with voiceovers and me and Shinwar, and then like, oh, I want a rematch and all this stuff. Like, I don't know what the heck was going on, but yeah, it was very difficult to put Street Fighter content on there. Like I would put like Guilty Gear, and there was no problem. Put Tekken, no problem. But somehow Street Fighter 4 was always getting hit. I'll probably take a screenshot and show you the nonsense that was going on. I'm like, man, I'll have to dispute it, wait like 48 hours, and then they would release the claim. Now, that was important to us because at the time when New Gaming Order was monetized, before the whole demonetizing wave was going on, we needed views to make sure that we had money for the website so that we could keep NewGamingOrder.com, which is now gone. So it's like, oh, come on now. They're hurting people, But without ranting, yeah, like I kind of fear what could potentially happen with the changes going down. So yeah, that's probably, like I said, it's probably gonna go down on another podcast. If I decide to set something up. And then lastly, you know, I still game. I'm playing indie games. I'm playing, Street Fighter 4, Street Fighter 5. I'm playing Halo, Call of Duty, and all that. And shout out to Infinity Ward Activision for doing the right thing. This is the first Call of Duty that's cross-platform against every major platform that you can find between PC, PS4, and Xbox. Now they unified the playground, the digital playground. So in that too, now that you have communities of people mixing, you're also mixing all the toxic people Which brings me to my next point, also related to Coppa as well. You know, some of you, you know, I have to say, I have to call some of you parents out. Some of your snot nosed kids are toxic as fuck, bro. Like, wow. I was playing a Call of Duty session, earlier today, and I'm sitting there like, bruh. And the only reason why I'm going old Juggernaut style, I'm like kind of building up to it, you know. But apparently, people think I'm more entertaining that way, like when I was going off on MBG or whatnot. But um, yeah, it was something that the kids were saying, and I'm like, come on now, the parents are failing these kids, or somebody. I don't know, like, wow, there's just so much insult, so much toxic. Like, I just could not believe what I was hearing. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm no softy by any, a stretch of the imagination. Hey, shut up. But anyway, yeah, it's just, man, police up your kids, man. This is just, oh, if I were to record some of it, I'm pretty sure that people have done it already. But it's just, there's some problems going on, and I think that's a scary thing where society, when you see these kids talking like that, acting like that, like, that's just in a digital playground. There's no penalty, no restraint, no consequence, right? So if they're doing that there, and then eventually with the way the political landscape is going and people not getting held accountable for things, it's like, what happens when checks and balances aren't in play? You don't want people, spanking kids and whatnot. But if some of this stuff that I was hearing earlier, if that was my kid, rib shots all day. Have some respect, like, it's just the taunting and the nastiness is just terrible. And it concerns me because it's, oh my God, over a freaking video game, people getting killed and they're like calling you the N word and all. I'm like, come on, man. Like, they need to really at ease that. And I'm pretty sure, I know that they can monitor and hear this stuff. And at the end of the day, I'm just concerned. Some people might say, oh, well, it's Call of Duty, whatnot. Doesn't make it right. Doesn't make it right. I'm all about honor and fair play and just having a good time. But, man, these kids. And one guy, the last session, I was doing, it wasn't on the London map, but I was wrecking these guys before, and then a couple of new players came in, and man, I had a rough session. So one guy, he was like, "Oh," he said something to me. I'm like, "Ah, whatever." I just played it off, and he kept talking. I'm like, "Dude, shut the hell up and play the game." You know what I mean? You talk too freaking much. Like, I'm like, half that stuff you're saying in the game, you wouldn't say to my face. If you saw what I look like, you wouldn't say it to my face. He's like, yes, I would. Yes, I would. I'm like, dude, you don't want none of this fire. Let me tell you. Like, I'm trying to tell you right now. No, you don't. So now he's threatening, like, oh, yeah, I'll come to where you're at and all that. I'm like, has it come to this? Has it come to this? Part of me was like, you know what? Let me indulge him. I wanted to, but I'm like, I mess around. I tell this kid, oh yeah, come out to Union or something like that, and then he actually tries to act, and with my military training and martial art, I beat the brakes off this guy. Then I get in trouble, and it's just, I don't know what the hell is going on with these kids and the swatting and all that. It's just, I don't know. When I was a kid growing up, playing my NES, Atari, and all that stuff, it was just innocent. Now, times have changed. And I never thought I would, live to see the day where I'm like, in my day, it wasn't like that. But, I don't know. It is depressing. But, three things that, channel update, Coppa, and the toxic nature of Call of Duty, and just online gaming, I just see it more in Call of Duty than anything else. But I don't know if I'm back yet, but you'll probably see more of these little vignettes or features of just what's on my mind. And that's how I kind of started to get the momentum back, and going from there. But and I guess in the final piece, I'm still healing. Like for those of you who know from my motorcycle channel, I didn't even put that up yet. I fell off my bike, hurt myself, so I was out of commission for about like 3 weeks, close to a month. But I'm back in the gym, getting my juggernaut on, baby. And I had a prior injury from a car accident that I had when I used to work for a company in Bridgewater, and I still have some of the bruising on this side. You can kind of see, but the steering wheel, the airbag, like I'm luckily I'm still here to rant and rave and all that stuff. But um, with that, just life got in the way, and I'm trying to get my mojo back. I want to come back, and if I have support, if you guys want it, the man, the myth, the juggernaut will hit you with the head crush once more. I will see y'all later. I'm out. Peace. Big shout out to Geeking Out, New Gaming Order, obviously myself, Thumb Thrasher Gaming, and Tough Nerd Toys. Make sure you support my brother stations out there. And I'll archive this on YouTube. And I'm going to jump on Halo. So if you want to link up, you want to do a play date, I do Friday night fights like bi-weekly. And sometimes that's on the fly. But for those of y'all that were checking out our Street Fighter 5 streams, I thank y'all very much. Me and Shinwar put a lot of effort into trying to entertain. So it's much appreciated. So, the man, the myth, the juggernaut, I am out. See y'all later. And I missed y'all, man. See y'all soon.